Boom. Welcome to Kicking and Screaming. We are back.
We are here.
Honestly, it's surprising that we're here. I thought I'd still be at home sick because last week I was high off Dayquil and we did this whole podcast and it was a fun one.
By the way, we got a lot of response for that says that people are now mailing Dayquil to your home because they thought you were a lot of fun.
Honestly, please don't, because I've had Dayquil and NyQuil for like 14 days straight and my stomach cannot handle it anymore. But this is what we're getting into today. Today I'm Kicking and Screaming. America wins Olympic gold in hockey for the first time in 46 years. Bars across the country, you've seen them already. They were open before sunrise for grown men to emotionally spiral. The Hughes family confirms that they're genetically engineered in a government lab to produce elite skaters. That's our thoughts. The FBI director becomes the first federal official to shotgun Michelob Ultras in Olympic hockey
By the way, I think
room.
he's not the first. He's not the first. I'm sure there have been others.
The first that I've seen on social media.
Okay.
And Pat McAfee picks up a nightclub bill that probably costs more than anyone's first home. The women's team wins gold to celebrate with Flavor Flav instead of Live in Miami. And Jack Hughes officially becomes the face of the NHL, whether he asked for it or not. So basically, hockey has completely lost control of itself, and we are here to talk about it. Let's get into it.
Yes.
All right. Starting with this. I stole this from my boyfriend, and I said, I got to wear this today.
Oh, look at that. Is that the official hat?
This
is really nice.
Team USA. I had to support, you know.
This is great.
He's the one that made me get up early on Sunday morning to watch the game.
And did you appreciate doing it? Was
I'm not
worth
gonna lie.
watching?
It made me cry.
It was great, right?
It made me cry.
No,
it was
great.
really good. I missed probably the first half of it because I was still asleep.
You didn't miss much. The end is always was the best.
The end was
The end was the
amazing.
best.
And like the fact that this is the first Olympic gold since 1980. This is a
Even I was surprised by
46-year
that.
drought.
I was surprised by that. I thought for somewhere along the way they won because they've been playing NHL players. I know the previous two Olympics they weren't, but there was a lot of years where there were. But it just goes to show, American hockey is now on par with the Canadians and all the rest of the world.
Okay, but here's the craziest part is that the NHL players, they missed 2018 and 2022 Olympics because this is right in the middle of their season.
Right.
And the craziest part about this is that these guys who are making millions, if not multiple millions of dollars to play on these professional teams, in their recent collective bargaining agreement said, if you do not allow us to play in the Olympics, we're not signing the CBA.
That's correct. They were very upset by the last 2 years. They wanted to play those last two Olympics. It was the league that backed off. The league said the IOC is not compensating them properly.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. They've gotten more publicity. NHL has gotten more publicity this week than they've gotten in all the years they've been around.
100%. This did more for the NHL than winning a Stanley Cup ever could.
Yes, it's huge because now we know that it's always been a world sport.
Yeah.
Because, players from around the world have come in to play at the NHL. But what it did was that it told everybody USA is on par with Canada and with all those other countries overseas. USA hockey is there. It's now become a world elite. And not just for the men, also for the women.
Absolutely.
It's a world elite sport.
Okay, speaking about that, why this has become like just a viral flashing point for the sport and for the men's hockey team and watching everything, and social media just took off like crazy. Bars were packed nationwide. I'm sure you guys saw that.
Oh, yeah.
From the West Coast to the East Coast, people waking up at almost 4 a.m. on the West Coast just to pack some of these bars. We're taking a look right now at their party, their after-party celebration at Live Miami. And guess who talked about Live a couple weeks ago?
I remember.
That was us.
Yes, it was.
How did we guess they were going to celebrate there? This was like rare, and it was a shared national sports moment, the fact that they won. But also, I have to say, The Miracle on Ice, which was the Netflix documentary, which was top 10 on the Netflix site
timing.
for about a couple weeks leading up to this game. It really drummed up anticipation for this game because you hear the story about what these guys did for that U.S. team back in 1980. They were like scrappy guys out of college, not playing professionally, and they came together to beat this Russian team.
And they weren't even, which by the way, the Soviets who just a year before came over here into the United States, took on a bunch of NHL different teams and destroyed them all.
Damn.
They beat the Rangers at the Garden like 8-1. So these guys were not just a scrappy, tough team. They had to beat a professional hockey team, and that's what the Russians were.
Yeah.
Maybe the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And they were able to do it. And they weren't even the best players.
No.
They took guys who make a team. which goes to show it's all about team. Sometimes you don't need 30 stars, 40 stars, 20 stars. You need guys who complement each other. And it proved it. And these guys on the ice were the same way.
Maybe you need to be a part of the team.
Yeah, I'm not good with these hats, but I'll.
Go ahead, let's see what it looks
really,
like.
No, I'm not putting that on my head. But it's really nice. I'll start sweating. It's never a good look.
Okay, so this is
I like this.
the true best on best Olympic hockey that we've seen in a decade. And to see that winning golden goal by Jack Hughes at the very end, I was like, oh, it's done. And throwing his helmet, slamming against the wall, all his teammates rushing him against.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
So let's talk about Jack Hughes a little bit. Because obviously on the noon today we said, is he the face of the NHL?
He could be. He could be, although
Who else is the face of the NHL right now?
Right now he is. But what would make him even better, I know, all in New Jersey is going to hate me. I'm sorry, the Devils are that franchise that very few people actually fully care about.
Okay.
If he's going to be a free agent soon, if the NHL was smart, they would steer him to the Garden and put him on the Rangers, and then that will take off.
I agree with you slightly. However, this is where I disagree with you. When we talk about a team like the Florida Panthers, who I would say about 7 years ago, people were like, why do you even have a team in Florida?
Yeah, it's true.
Why do you have a team in South Florida? What are you guys even doing? And look what they've done in the past couple of years.
They have, but even
look
when
what a team like Tampa has done in the past 7 years.
They have. Don't get me wrong. But in 1994, when the Rangers won the Cup, their ratings went through the roof, and the NHL's standard went through the roof.
Sure, I get that. It's almost like the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl multiple years in a row now. I mean, they're already a massive franchise, but them doing it again now, I think internationally would just allow them to grow and their presence to grow. So I get where your mind is going with this one, but I think that why can't the New Jersey Devils become what the Rangers are?
Because the New Jersey Devils, no matter how much they try to push these things, they won 3 cups in their time.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever hit the stature of where the Rangers are. The Rangers in New York, at the Garden, the Mecca, it's just a different place and a different standard. And in hockey, they need that. Like, you can get away with it in football. You don't need great teams in New York, as we've seen. They stink. But the NFL is through the roof. But you need it in hockey. You need it in baseball, and you need it in basketball. The NBA is better today because the Knicks are being better, and people are talking about it. Sure,
I get that. You know who agrees with you? Stevie's B House of Collectibles is that after dismantling the Rangers, Hughes would be perfect to start the rebuild.
And he's right. He would be fantastic for them.
Is that going to happen?
Why not? They're cleaning house. Jack Hughes, he's smart. He should. It's a capped league. I know what he said yesterday. He loves New Jersey. I want to be part of the Devils. It all sounds great. I've heard that a million times.
You got to say that. Come on. It's just like you have to say that. You can't say I hate where I work.
I've heard that a million times. And the next thing you know, the guy goes to the Rangers.
Yeah,
it would be a coup for the Rangers. It would be a coup for the league. And I would like to see it happen. And I know New Jersey people will be upset about it, but then it makes it even better.
They'll be turned into Rangers fans.
But it would be great. It's kind of like when Juan Soto left the Yankees and went to the Mets. It became such a big story.
Yeah, and
he
how'd
left
that
the
work
Yankees
out for
and went
him?
to the Mets.
How'd that work out for him?
Well, not yet, but it's still like 9 more years or whatever. He has 14 more years to go, so we'll see.
Year 14, let's check in. How'd that work out for him?
But I'm telling you, for the NHL, I don't know, after this year or whatever it is, I'm not sure when his contract will be this year or next.
Yeah.
He'd be a perfect fit for the Rangers. That's what I would do. If I was the league, take advantage of this guy. First of all, he's a great hockey player.
Yeah, he is.
He is a great hockey player.
Okay, speaking about perfect fit, do you want to put that mask on so I don't give you my sinus infection? Mm-hmm. Or no? Or should I put that on? Is that my responsibility now, or is that your responsibility?
I'll work for you. I will pay for you.
No, I feel like,
Dr. Kildare.
That's really going to save you from
that's not going to save me.
From sinus infection.
I can't even talk.
Poor can I sound like
I can't talk without the mask. You know what I sound like with the mask?
I said I sound like I smoked a pack of ciggies, and I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. In my life.
Somebody has Lou put on a mask. Don't catch a sinus infection. Come on.
Technically, he can't really catch a sinus infection.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, that's what my doctor said.
And then he thanked me.
I don't know. Well, yeah, you know who that is?
Who is that?
Pork and Beans.
Pork and Beans.
We know who that is. Okay, so let's get over to Jack Hughes and the Hughes family dynasty. Just so exciting to watch, and the fact that They engineered Jack Hughes. And I say this because his mom, who also played in college and developmental players thing with the U.S. women's hockey, and his dad, who's a professional player and was also with the Toronto Maple Leafs, bringing them up in player development system. Them two getting married to make kids,
they develop.
They're going to play in the NHL.
Their whole life is about development, and they develop. And you know what? As great as Jack is, and he's a heck of a hockey player, his older brother Quinn might be better.
Okay, I don't know about that. He's a defensive player.
He's a defensive player, but he's a guy. He's kind of like I'm not going to
No,
compare
but
him.
single-handedly, Jack was like the most talented of the family.
Maybe
Skills-wise,
Quinn's really talented.
Yeah, as a defensive
I don't know what happened to Luke. He's just kind of like there, but he plays, but he's not even close.
He's coming into his own as well. He's figuring out where he fits.
His two brothers are like here, and he's here, but maybe.
Also, it's kind of funny that their youngest brother is like 6'2". Jack is like 5'11".
Yeah, he's a big kid, and Jack is small.
Yeah.
I told you, when he was drafted, he was a guest on Sports Extra, and when he came into the building, I'm like, who is this kid? He looked like he was smaller than me. It was so small. I couldn't believe it.
Like small, short, small, or
small in
body
terms of his
small?
stature, body small.
Yeah.
I was really thinking, this kid is not going to make it in this
But
league.
this is what shows you what the NHL is also prioritizing now. It's skilled players
Speed.
instead of guys that are just like the punchers and bruisers of the team. Right. They're really prioritizing guys that are skilled players who can be smaller. Right. And it's not about punching other people in the face, although he took a hockey stick to the face and knocked out his team.
And you know what? That's hockey.
Yeah, I agree.
If any other sport got a stick to the face, they'd be gone for 6 months.
1,000%.
6 months.
I saw a comparison showing Jack get that stick to the face, teeth knocked out, still going and playing, still winning that goal. And then they showed something with the NBA players, and I said, "Oh, this is a mess."
It's no comparison.
I think it was Anthony Davis got like pushed a little bit, and his finger, and had to like remove himself from the game. And I said, "I can't watch this anymore."
I know. They have a little problem with a hamstring. Oh, I got a little tweak.
Or they get pushed a little bit when they're trying to make like a layup, and then it's just.
I know. They're
what
down
is
forever.
this?
You know, come on. Soccer plays the same way. They're down, they're dying, they're rolling around the floor.
I agree.
They're dying. And meanwhile, these guys are bloodied up and they come back.
You better take that back, because you know who's watching? Our boss Ahmad.
That's
he
okay.
loves soccer.
But soccer players
and no one fakes a red card or a yellow card.
There's
Nobody
no
fakes
faking
it.
in soccer.
This is real stuff.
Yeah, no faking in soccer.
You better take
that's
that
for
back.
sure.
We have put some respect.
That's right.
On
We've never
soccer's
seen
name.
that happen before.
Okay, we gotta go for a break real fast, and we have to reconvene because we're not allowed to talk smack about soccer. So we'll be right back after this. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking up on ChatGPT. Can you catch a sinus infection? I need to stop at ChatGPT. Honestly, like, get out of here. And there's some scientific differentiation between catching a sinus infection and getting one. So go down that rabbit hole if you can. Pork and Beans during the break decided to comment all hail soccer. Let's go to the medal ceremony for the men's U.S. hockey team, because this is where I lost it. And everyone on social media lost it when the team came together to take their picture. And they said, hold on. Two of the guys went up to grab Johnny Gaudreau's young kids. And Johnny Gaudreau, as we all learned, this happened across the river from us. Tragically died by an alleged drunk driver.
And they were riding a bike. And as a person who rides his bike all over town, it's sometimes can be very scary. You never know where these cars, they don't stop for you.
But he had such a great relationship with some of these guys on the
very
team.
Close.
And I think it was almost inferred that he would have been on this.
Oh, he would have been on this team.
And he was an incredible young player.
I don't
himself.
even think there's a debate he would have been on this team.
So it was such a special moment to see that. They had his jersey there, and you kind of just started getting emotional.
You had to. I was going to say to you, that might have been the most emotional part, and it shows you how close these guys are.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys they're celebrating their win, their moment. You know how athletes are.
Yeah.
And yet to remember that, and to go. In fact, I believe Johnny's wife sent out a nice message thanking everyone and thanking the players for doing that and keeping them in mind, and it was special.
I agree. I think this was an emotional human side of hockey, and I haven't seen that.
And by the way,
a celebration for a team before.
And by the way, hockey
it's not like this U.S. team plays together year round.
No,
this is a group of guys from different teams.
You got guys who play up in Canada. I was reading where today was Austin Matthews is an American player. By the way, he's got a receding hairline. He looks like he's 72 years old.
Dude,
but that's a whole.
Thought the same thing.
He looks like an old man. That guy looks like he just came out of some sitcom father. So he went back to, he's like the best player in Toronto, one of the best players in the game, and they're ripping him for going to the White
Yes.
House. It's like, what are you doing?
No,
You're
no,
ripping
no,
him.
no, no. They're ripping him because he has not been as physical as he was in that
Right.
game
Well, that was
compared
part
to
of it,
what he
too.
does with the Toronto
Right. And,
Maple Leafs.
but
And
then
they're mad
that's
about
definitely,
that.
they're mad about that. They're mad that he went to the White House. Of course he went to the White House. He's American. Of course he went to, they
Speaking of
didn't
White
think he
House,
should be.
We're going to get there in a second, but let's just go to the post locker room celebration where this drew so much criticism with the FBI director. A lot of viral controversy here because Kash Patel, as you see here,
The man knows how to drink.
just
Good for him.
chugging the Mickey Ultras.
Oh, look at him.
Wearing a medal. Like, he went full frat boy with this team.
He was partying up. He was like one of the biggest partiers there.
I agree. It was kind of funny to watch this, but he says, let me just clear this up for you. The FBI says he was there on official security coordination trip.
Want to make sure the beers weren't bugged.
So I don't think that was why he was there, but he was. The
He was a
debate on
taste
this
test to make sure they weren't poisoned.
is
That's what he did
celebrating
for the
on
guys.
optics. Okay, so a lot of people are like, why are we using taxpayer funded money to send this guy over to the Olympics? First of all, if he was there on official security coordination trip,
Yes.
that's official duty.
There you go.
Whether
Look.
he took a separate car to get to the game, I don't know. I do know that this man plays in like a adult hockey league in
Yeah,
the
he's a big
DC
hockey
area. So okay, but
Look at him.
living
That
his
is a
ass.
happy man. How could we take away this man's happiness? Look at him. Look how great he looks. By the way,
I
listen,
agree.
I hear that BS all the time. Oh, taxpayer dollars. These guys travel over the world. They do what they got to do. Listen, you pay your taxes. Where it goes, it goes. Stop worrying about stuff like that. There's more things to worry about than the FBI director getting drunk with the hockey players.
Also, the U.S. sends a delegation
All the
of
time.
people for
All the
Summer
time.
Olympics, for Winter Olympics. This is like a congregation
It's
of
nothing
world
new.
leaders.
Been happening
It is nothing
forever.
new. It is new, however, for the FBI director to be there. Normally, they said they sent like Secretary of State,
Right,
the
but you
First
know what though?
Lady.
He's a hockey fan, and it was important to him, and so he went. I have no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. He wants to get drunk. Let him get drunk with the guys. It was a great moment.
Get drunk with the guys. It went full frat house behind the
Nothing
scenes.
wrong with that.
But when you win a gold medal, I'd probably turn to a frat boy too.
Yeah, have fun with the guys. Those guys, by the way, those guys partied.
Okay, let's
We've
get to
seen
that.
some winning party guys, but these guys were partying.
Before we get to the party, we do have to acknowledge, hey, the females, they want a gold too.
Yes, they did. And you know what? First thing Jack Hughes said yesterday, after he got brought out in the ice, he first thing said, it was great that both the men and women won the gold. He made a point of it because these guys got a little bit ripped. They laughed at Trump's joke. That's Trump.
Yeah.
That does what he does. Those guys are just as much behind the women as they are the men. They care
can
about
see
the
that.
women
They're
like they do the
supportive.
men. They support them. Those guys were partying up on Sunday, and they were drunk as can be. Leave them alone.
Well,
have them have their moment.
It's not just that. I mean, the women's hockey players spoke for themselves.
Yes, and they were
post interviews, and they said
that's
that
fine.
the guys were there. They put beers in their fridge once
Yes.
they won, just to help them celebrate. They gave them hugs. They acknowledged them. But the USA women have won gold in 2018 and 2026. So congrats to them. Silver in 2014 and 2022. They're consistently one of the most dynamic Olympic programs.
Hillary Knight's one of the top hockey players. And they're really, same thing as this men's team. You could see they were dominant. I mean, they were absolutely dominant. I mean, before that gold medal game, which was an amazing game because they were about to lose 1-0 and it would all fall apart, they outscored the opposition 31-1.
Good for them.
They're a great team.
I love to see it. I thought this was a big missed opportunity by the women's USA hockey team. Even though that joke offended them, this is life. You are going to be offended nonstop. What they should have done is participate in the biggest PR campaign you'll ever get. With the men also winning, you should have said, I don't care about F that joke and F that, person that you don't like that joke. That's fine. Say, I'm inviting myself to the celebrations. I'm inviting myself to the White House because you want to share that same spotlight with the guys.
That's correct.
Why would you? I don't.
And
Because you're offended. You know how many times I've been offended and I said, okay, I'm still going to show up.
We had a State of the Union where politically you have one side, you have the other. People don't want to show up, whatever. There was one great bipartisan moment in that 5-hour speech. One great moment was when the men's hockey team came down. Everybody in that room stood up and cheered. There was no Democrats, Republicans. They were all Americans, and that was a great moment. And it would have been a great moment for the women to have the same thing because they deserve it. Take your bows.
I agree. I think just the fact that they were upset by these words as they should be. I would have been,
Yeah,
it would
that's
rub me
fine.
the wrong way too, but I'm not going to let my feelings get in the way of me sharing the biggest PR spotlight I could have in my career, of your career. How many of these ladies are going to come back to play in the next Winter Olympics and win gold too? That's not
Some won't.
guaranteed.
I
What
mean,
is
definitely not,
guaranteed is that you won the gold this time around. Forget what anyone said. If I had to take offense to every single mean comment I get on social media, I would not be doing this job. I would never
not at
leave
all.
my home.
No.
So in spite of what people say, what the president says, you should have said, hell, I'm showing up to this party.
This is my moment.
I'm going to go to live. I'm going to go to Miami with these guys. I'm going to get on that bus. I'm going to go party with them. And I'm going to bask in the PR sunlight that they're receiving. But I'm saying I'm not going to do it because I'm upset by what someone said.
You know, I forget that's the name of the bar, by the way. You keep saying Liv. I keep thinking the guys went to Liv's house, Liv Johnson's Florida house. But it's a bar, right?
They went to 11 actually.
11, yeah.
It's a club.
Right.
It's actually there's
So
a
they
little
call it
bit of
Liv.
a strip
But
club.
you
club.
keep saying that. Well, that was one of the great moments. They said that they got everybody up to sing the national anthem, including the strippers, and that was a first. that was, and that's, you know what? How great is it? You talk about unity. When you can get that done in a strip club, you can do anything.
I was gonna say when the strippers
When
are
the strippers
singing,
are up singing the national anthem with you,
That's
you
a
are
win.
bigger than life.
I was gonna say.
And by the way, is that the first time ever the national anthem was played at a strip club?
I'm
That's
pretty
what I wanna
sure
know.
that must be the first time 11 has played the
Yeah,
national anthem.
I would think basically that one might be a first.
I mean, I've been there a couple times, and I promise you, I'm only going for the chicken tenders.
Of course, I heard
they
it's
do
great.
serve chicken tenders at
I heard they're
11,
great.
which is very random. But here is some video of them live.
Yeah, they
So
are.
right now,
Look at
what
these
you're looking
guys.
at, they're kind of on the stage. There's a center stage in 11 where some of the strippers
Yeah, we
do
don't- we-
like a
we blocked that
special
part out.
show. But the guys are on the stage. They're drinking some Dom, pouring champagne.
And as far as I
obviously
know, they
more
kept their
beer.
clothes on. In case anybody's wondering, they did not get they did
I
not
mean,
take
hey,
their shirts off and their
let's,
pants off.
Let's be real. You know how well Heated Rivalry did. So
That's
if they
right.
took their clothes off on that
And by the
stage,
way-
I would have said, God bless America.
And you know what? We got to give you may have to give Heated Rivalry a little boost there because it became hockey, and a lot of women joined in and watched that for the first time and got involved with hockey, and maybe some of them went to the Olympic hockey and watched. It could have helped.
I think Heated Rival definitely
I've had people tell me
help
that.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that we had another picture of Pat McAfee who said, I'm putting up the bill
Yeah.
for this party at 11 is the most wild thing. Everyone knows this guy from College
Look
Game
at
Day,
him.
and he'll put up, $250K.
If anybody knows how to party, it's Pat McAfee.
I was gonna say.
That's a partier right
but
there.
he paid their tab for them to party this.
$150,000.
Which is wild. And hats off to Pat for saying, I'm paying for this. These guys deserve a wild celebration, as they do.
By the-
they do.
By the way, I have to admit, at $150,000 for the hockey team, I think that was actually a little low.
No, that is
if
kinda
they were-
low.
If they were in New York, I mean, it'd be like $1 million tab.
That is actually a little bit low for
was
11.
surprised.
But you
Yeah.
know why it was low? I'll tell you this much, because
They
this
got
is
the-
why they get these massive bills at 11 or Live. It's because they're drinking Dom or Ace of Spades.
Right.
These boys, they're just
I
like
think they got the gold
every
medal
blue
discount.
collar worker out there, because they were just drinking Michelob Ultra. So that's why the bar tab was probably a lot lower.
And I also
than
think
expected.
they probably got the gold medal discount. We're a little off here, a little off there. I think there was a little discount there.
It's funny, some of the comments here. Absolutely missed opportunity on the ladies' part. Everyone knows they won the gold, but surely viewership wasn't as high as the men's game. I do not know what the viewership was. I don't.
It wasn't 20 million.
I was
no.
going
You
to
could
say
that.
I can't assume it's the same, but it was a missed opportunity for them to share the spotlight that these guys had. You know how wild it would have been to see them at 11 pouring champagne and chugging beers. I would have loved to see that.
And they should have had their moment. They deserve it. Take advantage of it. Sometimes you just got to say, you know what? Forget about the noise. It's all about us. They would have went down the aisle at the State of the Union. Place would have went crazy for both sides. Everybody would have went crazy.
Yeah,
they would have
I
got
agree.
standing ovations.
I
It would have
agree.
been an amazing scene.
I know. I mean, this doesn't take a fact that, it was not a great joke, wasn't a funny
Yeah, it
joke,
doesn't matter.
distasteful.
Everybody-
but
who
as,
cares?
again,
You know
at
what?
the end of the day, you know how many comments we
You
get
can't worry
that are not
about
nice
that.
about us?
You can't worry about stuff like that. That stuff, I know people are going to get upset. Oh, you got to relax. Take advantage and get your moment in the sun. It's your chance. It's your time. Take it. Don't worry about everything else.
Okay, so are we saying here, hockey just entered mainstream American sports celebrity culture.
I hope so, but we've seen this before, and we've seen when everything gets high. Then
When have we seen this before? In 1980?
No, in 1980 was huge.
Okay, but I'm saying, but now in the age of social media,
I hope so.
But do you think this is really changing? Because I do feel there's a
NHL
swath of people online trying to cancel the men on this hockey team.
Yeah, you're going to get that BS because of what took place. I will say this: if the NHL's smart, they got to sell the stars. Get these guys out there in commercials. Get them out there. Get their faces out there. Get their names out there. People know Jack Hughes. I say he's the face of the league. Go to the Garden. He becomes Madison area #1, and he becomes the look. That will make the NHL strong.
Hey, hockey waited 46 years for this moment, and based on this week, they are making up for lost time. All right, check in with us next week. I promise I will not sound like I smoked a pack of ciggies.
I like that voice.
We're going to be back.